And ngikhuluma la spirit ngithi ngicela uhlukane nomntwana aqede isikole. Allow the child to be in an exam room. Allow a child to be a child
First.
After that, then you will visit whatever umntwana maseka ready to accept or not accept. You understand? Because abanye abaprofeti, the young prophets, abanye mangahlala nabo bazokutshela ukuthi bhekisisa bheka 1 2 3 so abantwana.
This is the gospel gear shift. This is where we are shifting into faith, into Christ, and into making God the center of attention. Today we are speaking about something that has been bothering a lot of you in the corners. But what happened to God in schools? Do we still have pastors that are coming to assemblies and pray and ensure Oguti the Holy Spirit is there? Would we have this gangsterism, this bullying, these teachers being chased by knives, if God really is still in schools? I'm not alone.
Such Hi, so beautiful shifters. I'm Faith, and welcome to another episode of Gospel Gear Shift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, Papa. All right. Okay. With us, Seno, a legend. Yes, a person that taught me. Yes, a person that was extremely good in poems. A person that introduced me to this thing called arts and broadcasting at an early age. Mr. Tsepiso Phahlane.
Yes. Yeah, that's what.
How are you,
And
sir?
nice welcome.
Yeah.
No, I'm good, boss. I'm good. Nice to see you. I've always wanted to come here,
Yeah.
We're also happy to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
before Scala nje, now because last time I met you, which was like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were still big on arts, and I remember Grahamstown used to be the thing by that time. Are you still there?
Too much. Yeah, I'm still there, and I'm still alive in that department, arts and culture.
Yeah, as
Yeah. Somewhere also, I've been a head of cultures for different schools. I do a lot.
Yeah.
Art, it's part of my life. That's what also I do. And I'm still passionate because it gives young people a voice. It gives them an ability to navigate through the system and all of that. Yeah.
But that layer group layer is a corner.
Yeah,
The
Kensani tribe.
The Kensani tribe, yeah.
It's no longer there, but
there.
it is more now as an event management holding program.
Okay.
It's no longer, but the previous members, they still continue.
Sebabadala for sure by now.
Sebabadala, man.
Yeah, because
they are old now.
now 14 and bebabadala ngaleso sikhathi, so you can imagine.
No, they've got families now.
Man,
They're
yeah. Okay, we can shoot straight to it, or kunento bofuna ukuyisho before.
Sengifuna ukushuta vele. Ngene endaweni. Okay. Is there still room for God in our schools, or have we silenced faith?
There's quite a lot of room which is possible that it is there, but it's no longer happening the way finally iyenzeke ngakhona. I love the constitution in South Africa that allows abantwana, allows any religion and all of that, with certain restrictions. But however, hence you see there's quite a lot of Christian schools and all of that, and it is not being exercised like the way we grew up, whereby we are my assembly, and then you're inviting God, to come in before the beginning of the day, Kona manje, it's all about you coming in, go to class and all of that, and of which manje, it comes with a lot of challenges, because now there's quite a lot of spiritualities esikhona manje into different schools. Omunye makaze esikoleni ujumpa umlilo, omunye yenzani. They do a lot of things, and now manje you thatha wonke lama chemical spirits and then you put them together, and hence you mentioned a lot of confusion and a lot of uncertainty that is taking place in
Okay, are we teaching real Christianity or just religious routine?
No, it's no longer happening at schools. It's no longer happening. There's no way bafundisa the real Christianity. Look, Christianity.
Mina bebanifundisana ngithi bofunda religion.
Bunge religion.
Bongafunda religion.
Bengifunda religion isifundiswa ngama different religions as now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just nje ukuthi this is Christianity, Hindu,
this is
Islam.
Hinduism, this is
Just for educational purposes, but not for
mostly religion when it's taught is for you to be aware.
Yeah.
It's an awareness which gune Hinduism, gune Buddhism, gune
Oh, I
different types.
funny because I remember mina mangisese primary, eMagagula primary. There would be this pastor is late now, Pastor Peng would come ngama assemblies. You know, that it's a service.
Yeah.
Read the scripture, motivate us like a church like.
Yes.
That is no longer there. Ne?
No. In some schools it is still there. But mostly independent schools, Christianity is still there. You know, there's still like a pastor who comes and do that. There's one school, so they know that it's either once a week or twice a week, lessons where they would go in and abantwana to learn about the Christianity, to learn about whatever Christian which is there. So, in some schools, they still advise our pastors to come in. Yeah, the same thing, but preach assemblies. But yeah, it is no longer like tangible like before. You know.
So manje yabo public schools yabona ukuthi like isecne gangsterism like abantwana ngathi abapossess and stuff ucabanga ukuthi it is because akusafani nakudala ukuthi public schools assembly bekufika abafundisi before ngene eclassini mele usho scripture if awunazo bayakushaya nana ucabanga ukuthi because of izinto asafani that's why sekunje ezikolweni abantwana sebabulala bothisha izinto nje seshintshile.
I think what causes that is because now religion is being racialized. It's being racialized in a way of saying some kids they start to become aware of uncertainty within a religion because the person who preaches in front sometimes maybe gets involved with a learner or with something. You understand? Or in ngama Saturdays nango usbanban whoever preaches but simthola emaphaphu ngama Saturdays hlangana khona lapho. So now it contradicts ngumntwana. You understand ukuthi here's the person who's telling me this. We are one but man this person no man but uyenza this. So what does that really mean, you know? The element of gangsterism it is not because of it's Christianly or it's religiously motivated. It is because of the challenges abantwana who are facing from out there.
It's because of lack of spirituality.
Exactly. Yes, because if you look why does the Constitution allow a religion in the schools, it is because of it has good morals.
Yeah.
It grants abantwana good morals, you know. And then if it's not executed very well, then that's where you'll find these challenges. Because there's quite a lot in terms of it's either being a dress code, how do you see yourself in front of God, how do you know not stealing? Because we grew up with mangati, hey, manga chonjala, hey, you know what I mean? So I need to behave in a certain way. And from the verse that says, if you respect your parents, God will make your life a little bit much more longer, you know. So we grew up with that. You know, the teacher that I see in front of me is not a teacher, it's my parent. So those Christian values, you know, Zaskulisa. Hence, we had much respect. Even if I would go back to my school, they still remember me as someone who's respectful. Because and then we're bringing it back to school and it's allowed in school. So hence, Konamanje, there's a lack of respect in terms of it's because of the other things. There's quite a lot of things.
Tina Pella, Baba Shela. Abantwana they bashela teachers. I don't know ba kunalo confusion ukuthi we look like peers. I mean vele umuntu ka grade 10 or 11 no teacher oceda graduate who went straight to university. They more or less you know look like they are the same age.
Exactly, that's
but true. We used to fear teachers.
Yeah.
noma ngabe bekamuhle kanjani, we used it was this God bombona
Exactly.
manje it's not minier minier ngiyamgijimisa futhi minier
uzamtshela the way. Yeah, I think that it has generated that ukuthi ize ifike lapho. It is because manje an adult is no longer seen as an adult in the eyes because of these other people who, you know, they might not be adults who into Christianity. When they see young kids, they see potential somebody of whatever. And then ubheka umntwana manje sakajola no someone who's out of school. And masakajola no someone out of school makabona mina Mr. Phahlane hayi ngazongitshela wena mina out yami. Iyenza kanje kanje, you know, now lento the element of the generation to say this is an adult. Yabona umzali wami. You know, respect the older person. God is watching and all of that. So it's a reverse thing that people who are out of school, you know, when you see these kids, what are you doing to them? Are you looking at them as my girlfriends, or what are you doing?
Or people to be nurtured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's true.
A woman of God, child of God, niyalunga.
Isilungile ibaba usho into important kakhulu ukuthi uNkulunkulu akasekho ezikolweni.
Yeah.
And siyamdinga ezikolweni.
Too much.
Because of, I think angazi cala or abo doctor namathishere, they used to say we have taken an oath of saying you are going to take care of this child.
Yes.
Remember mina ngishiya umntwana ngo6.
Yeah.
Ngibuye ngo6. So funeka ube umzali. But manje nesimo sethu awusakhona ukukhuza umntanami.
Yes.
Iyenzwa yini leyo? Iyenzwa ukuthi umthetho okhona ezikolweni zethu, or is because of nani seniyasaba ukukhuza abantwana bethu because of nathi singabazali sigcina sinijikela ngoba awukhuza umntanami or uthatha umntanami umbeke ekhoneni ukuthi masikhuleke, sesibona ngathi umkhuleko or ukukhuluma ngoNkulunkulu ezikolweni sokuyisono. Like I understand ukuthi umntwana angakhona ukuthi eze afake into zakhe, angeke ngizisho ngamagama, into zakhe, but it's wrong for a teacher or for a student to stand up and say I'm praying to my God. But this child, if avuswe into zakhe, he can do her things or his things esikolweni. Why manje ngathi uNkulunkulu akasabonakali baba?
No, you are right. You are 100% right. It's because ekhaya wena ezumzali, are you praying? Do you believe in God? Do you say to your kids, you know what, whenever you've got challenges, thandaza mntanami. So umntwana makafika esikolweni, mina I'm a Christian, I believe in God. I believe ukuthi mhlawumbe uNkulunkulu would be able to help. Yabona? There's umntwana who's troubled. There's umntwana masthandaza. Umntwana does not believe in that because you're not doing it at home. Teachers are not there as disciplinarians. Discipline ibuya ekhaya. So whatever that you do at home, I need to copy it and do it at school.
But teachers spend a lot of time with the kids, more than home.
Exactly, but manje, let me just another example. Corporal punishment, just a quick one. When umntwana momkhuze ekhaya uyamshaya. But corporal punishment is illegal at school.
Yeah.
So umntwana uyazi ukuthi manganga lapha nyashawa ekhaya, nyatratsha. Manganga le esikoleni bakhuluma nami. So now yabona kune difference.
Yeah.
So if ekhaya you talk mostly about Christianity and look, the kids, there's quite a lot of kids who believe in God. Of which they come from the house where there's God.
Yeah.
When they come schooling, when they start facing challenges, when they talk to a teacher, they will identify now, that's a teacher that I need to talk to. Because mina nalo teacher loyana. We believe in the same thing. So, because umntwana olapo sees different kinds of teachers, different kinds of behaviors, different kinds of things. But if umntwana knows ukuthi ekhaya siyenza kanje, that is the person that I need to go to and explain this is what is happening. I've seen a lot of kids in my career. I've worked with a lot of schools. Abantwana wathi no sifuna uqala iChristian what nge break or after school. I said no, go ahead and do it. Over nama Christianity, ma Christian groups esikoleni, because there are kids who are seeing ukuthi la uNkulunkulu is not being practiced that the way sifuna ngakhona, but we want to do it. During lunch we want to pray. during what we want to do. You allow them. And we allow, sometimes we have allowed some other kids to say, Kuma morning assemblies, to say, hi, I want to share a verse.
Yeah.
You know, so that empowers, but it is different. Hence, different schools depends on different kinds of leadership. So if a leader himself or herself, it is not a Christian driven kind of like person. Now you can't calculate or you can't put something that you don't believe in. So you'll counter against it. Or you won't exercise, you won't see the value in it. So it depends on who's the driver. So if the driver is a Christian, some fearing person, we'll make sure in the school now it is also a Christian fearing school.
Yeah. Anathi sondele maikini.
Mina nemfundisi esikoleni sami sasekuqaleni high school yami. Begi like it's a Muslim school ne, because of big number Christians and Muslim people. Esikoleni we're not allowed to pray or sing Christian songs.
Serious?
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's true. There's it's a challenge. It is a challenge. But it's one question I've always raised when I look at the education spectrum. You have your Muslim schools, right? You have your Anglican schools. You have a Catholic schools. The list is endless. But I've never seen a Shembe school, ZCC school.
There is ZCC, there is.
Like Abantwana, that school is just ZCC. Not Abantwana Qedile school, like kids.
No, a school there is.
There is a ZCC.
Yeah, and there's a Pagate boy and food, there is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never seen this. I need to visit the school.
Marabatuta secondary school.
Yeah.
Or primary school, but there is.
That's I need to visit. I need to watch. That's the school I've never visited.
Yeah.
I would encourage, such kind of schools to be there, not to be racialized, to say this kind of school is the only right one and that one is the wrong school. Yeah, so it will give an opportunity as umzali, as a parent. You understand, to say, now we are Anglican, I want to take my kids directly to Anglican.
Yeah.
As a parent, I'm this, I want to take my kids to this particular school because of the faith and belief. That is where in your school, like you're saying, you've got all these different kinds of beliefs. Even in Satanism, I'm sure you can't allow. And then now, hence I said before, you've got these different kinds of spirits now coming together in one space. What were the challenges, for example, did you face? Were there kids who've got spiritual problems? Were there things,
There are a lot of problems, Shem.
Yeah.
Because, like, nanoma kuthiwa mhlambe seklasini sokhona sekavuka izinto zakhe bele kumiwe-ke manje navuka izinto zakhe like bekunezinto like imimoya beyikhona eminingi.
Yeah. Because these kids, they sense all of these things. Yeah. But yeah.
Into lebe ngisho baba ukuthi why if umntanami nami avukwe umoya ongcwele eklasini kungamiswa, but if umntwana lo avukwe into zakhe everything need to stand still. Why is that? Why ngathi Christianity is being labeled eyikolweni, even though we don't even say it out loud there ukuthi no bathanda ukusilabula ngithi ukuthi okay mzalwane that's why it's also okay mzalwane noma umntanami uthola ukuthi he or she's been attacked esikolweni angeke azancedwe fast kuzothiwa angeke mhupula ngonokufi kwani wamzalwane. Why do we that label? It even affects our kids. But if kuyi Muslim or kuyi bani kuyasheshwa.
Yeah, no, yazi kune misjudgment eyenzakalayo kwabantwana in the schools. I'm being honest with that. I've dealt with a lot of kids I've got a lot. I can't even lose count.
With issues?
In my journey. Yeah, with the spiritual issues, a lot of them. And what I always say, even you hear someone tell them to demon. I always say, how do they know? Does spirituality mtwana maphethe umoya? Uyazazi kanjani ukuthi umoya kaNkulunkulu or umoya kaSathane? So they're facing a lot of judgment, these kids, And one case that I dealt with, Mama, not to counter, it was surprising ukuthi umntwana ovukela umoya. Lo ovukela umoya uthi kunomntwana ngale okwazi uthandaza. Lo mntwana makaye kulo mntwana lo amthandazele. You understand?
That was serious.
You understand?
Hey, Christianity or
the
spirituality that has to do with God, it's not taken serious.
Exactly. There's one kid recently, they were thinking, Obungoma, it was not. Umntwana athi ngithi ufila athi no, I feel like praying. And ngiyakhala mangifuna ukuthandaza. Ngithi thandaza ngane yami. You know? It has nothing to do with ancestral or I feel like praying. What are you praying for? No, I just feel like praying. Ngithi thandaza. Then she prayed. After 5 minutes, all right, we
right. You see.
Good. So, but now the challenge is the teachers are afraid. Different kinds of, because we don't understand the world of spirituality. We see something, nami ngiyathuka ukuthi hey, lo mntwana ngwana abanye banokukhipha amanye ama-voice. Uthi ukhuluma nomntwana uzothi angikhulumi nomntwana la.
And uthola ukuthi uyamazi umntwana.
Yeah, angikhulumi nomntwana la.
Like so kuyini?
No, okay. Let me come into that quickly. This is what happens, ne? There are kids who are spiritually gifted.
At a young age.
At a young age.
Yeah.
They're very spiritually gifted to these kids. Even some of our pastors, somehow, hello, pastor, ngimazi from school very would like. There are kids who are spiritually gifted.
Can you please define spiritually gifted? Because abantu abaningi when you say spiritually gifted, bacabanga ubungoma nani.
No, when you are spiritually gifted, okay, let me put it in this way. You are a gateway between the spiritual world and the real world.
That's
right.
Yeah.
And then when you are a gateway, there's what we call our opportunistic spirits, right? And there's good spirit or whatever that we're feeling. Now, when Abantwana they get attacked, Moya, check the month. What is the month? Most of them, Google social media, which month is it? It's October.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah, October or September.
Yeah, why October? Celebrating Halloween. Well, why I celebrate Halloween is because this is what happens. There's some people, when they evoke some certain spirituality, when they open that gateway, babiza a certain spirit. Spirit lets us see one. Which are my opportunistic spirits. Now, imagine now, this opportunistic spirit is loitering around it is looking for our gateway kids. Because the spirits can be able to identify with Loyana. That one is an open. You understand? And then will attack that particular child.
Yeah.
I always say to kids, Mapati le yobungoma, coming to yobungoma. Hey, what tell me something. Would you go disrupt you from school? If when you are an ancestor, would you hurt your child?
No.
Yeah. First thing and foremost, as umzali or as an ancestor, is to protect your kid. If the word was there.
Number one.
You understand? There is no way, because even in the Bible, it does indicate there are some spirits that will pretend like as if. You understand what I mean? But there is no way.
They can disrupt
you
from your life.
Because they even drop out of school.
You see, there are some, and you see a lot of kids, I said, do parents understand with what are they putting their kids in?
And you will come back with children.
Allow children first to complete school.
Exactly.
I have spoken now about a lot of kids, believe in me. Okay, I don't criminal spirit. And then criminal spirit, allow the child to be in an exam room, allow a child to be a child. First. After that, then you will visit whatever umntwana masega ready to accept or not accept. You understand? Because abanye abaprofeti, the young prophets, abanye mangahlala nabo bazokutshela ukuthi bhekisisa bheka 1 2 3 so abantwana. So, but the thing is that Christianity, sometimes we think it's an adult thing, but we're not realizing how much it affects abantwana.
Amen.
We don't understand. There's something that we don't know about Jesus that is not written. You only know about him when he was 12.
Yeah.
You understand? We need to do our research.
And
He was a child.
we don't know from birth to that 12 years.
Exactly. Even from 12, you only know much. Makasana 30 something. You know,
Masakana 30, and
but or 30 or upwards. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's a lot of research that needs to be done. What
Yeah.
kind of a child was he?
Was he?
You know, and what other things did he go through?
Yeah, because
understand?
I've heard a lot of people at this age, no, when I was a child, being poopa, being bona, and then for some reason there were years like
Yeah.
they saying
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, and bebabona kamampela. Abanye bakhulume ukuthi I'm seeing something.
Yes. So for me personally, this is my own opinion. I would assume that Jesus has gone through some other things in his childhood. You understand? He's a great leader, the greatest. You can't just become a great leader like that.
Without experience.
Experience, you know,
Yeah.
he has seen, you know, he has, even, you know, it's either via dreams or whatever, has gone through some other form of spirituality in his childhood life. So why then, if umntwana athi no more or athi in we neglect that child, amademon or in, without understanding umntwana, what's really going on? You know, these kids, they're facing backlashes. They are afraid because they also don't know what's happening in Pilos.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's that's one aspect of it when it comes to spiritual, to say let's understand what's going on in our world and what do we have. We as teachers, when we let
Hey.
you left, but you don't know what's happening in your child. There was one parent, ati ngwana ka hadi etsi dintho tsena ko hae le go etsang ka re mama ngwana wa lemo different. Ati no, and then the parent came, and when the parent came, it was one of the parents' meeting. They were talking about these things. Then I went to a parent. Ka re, look at your child. Please take your child outside. Take your child outside. Umntwana wazisho ngaphandle. Wabuya umzali wathi umbone kanjani. I know them. I've worked with such kids for so many years. And I know when they start going to trance. What are the symptoms? And when do they start? What happens with their eye contact? What is happening with their breathing? I'm an artist.
Yeah,
I study human behavior. You understand? And I can tell, you know, this child is changing into something. So as a parent, now I want you to observe umntwanakho. Don't interrupt. Observe.
I really wish schools had more teachers like you, Shem, because they don't pay attention.
Nami
Like, they
bengithi
don't
ngifuna
care.
ukusho kanjalo
They
ukuthi
really don't care.
esinifunda nama-degree nani why abanye ama-teachers bangabi more like abanye uthola ukuthi they are parents to their kids as angazi lento ifundele as usho ukuthi ngathi yanobuntu nokubona i-character yomntwana because of some of umntwana uthola ukuthi ubugangster or ubunyawo bebumcale amncane but
into beyingadetecteka
yes but uthola ukuthi kunotishera lo fikayo akafika athi here's your homework babhale lapho or acela omunye ukuthi abhale ubhize efonini uyachat uyenzani
wenza ama-challenge
uyenza ama-challenge yes
benza abantwana ababenza ama-challenge
bayenza ama-vlog
Mina Shem, experience ne abanye bayabona ukuthi umntwana like uzobona eclassini khona lohlukile but as uthisha like abafani naye bazofuna ukumgaslight every time ukuthi wena why you so bona unjani bona uyenzeni uhlukile kunomunye umuntu instead as uthisha uyambiza umntana ecela ukuthi ekhaya ku right nani like bazofuna uku-expose in front of abanye abantwana.
No, that's true. Actually, it's we are all different.
Yeah.
And then you've got different teachers. You've got the school whereby it's got 20 plus or 30 plus staff members. And there are teachers who are aware of what is happening in Pilos Abantwana.
Others babhatala ama-bills.
Yeah, one.
Unfortunately.
but why
Some of the teachers are always, those who they would then sometimes be sidelined and they are fearful to come forward. Some of the teachers, they see would know something, but no, maybe they would have tried to do it. Depending on my superior, you know, there's something particularly, Kakula. I'm going to talk now about independent schools. There's a bullying which is taking place with Yekolo about our superiors, no teachers, people higher
In the department.
no
Okay.
independent particularly,
Oh, okay.
or the mainstream schools in town. No, if the leader is someone also we don't do this.
Or the leader of the school.
The leader of the school.
Oh, those independent.
Exactly.
Oprah Winfrey. So. Okay, in a way.
You know?
Yenze ibe clear ukuthi you were allegedly saying, hey, because of you don't want to be sued.
I don't know about Oprah Winfrey, as you say. There are schools, let me tell you, there's a school. If a leader says to you, umntwana, when it comes to spirituality, we don't allow spirituality in the school, then the teacher who believes in spirituality won't be able to exercise it because uzoba ngathi manje contravene or against izinto of the school, you know, because that teacher was given a mandate, we don't exercise izinto ezinjela esikolweni, you know. So that's why some teachers will then pull back and because I want to intervene, but I can't. And some teachers, they intervene sideways with the parents.
Okay.
You know, please don't mention my name because I'm doing 1, 2, 3. Because une fear of that. Yeah, one form savings work and now responsibilities. Where else in some schools they understand, you know. The schools that I've worked in, they will tell you even if you do your research. But to ban wenzani, but amntwana kaPhahlane. Take the child to Mr. Phahlane. The child immediately might call the episode taken to me. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, umntwana right to be late class in. You know, because I understand the kids and the leadership that we have understands ukuthi these teachers understand these kids more than us. You know, in order for teaching then ukuthi pause when the teacher is teaching one makaqala umntwana uyazi amunye vela sukuma athi I'm going to Mr. Phahlane, everybody knows ukuthi wenzakalani.
Okay.
So that teaching and learning is not disrupted and the child overwrite very much quickly, then ubuyela back to class. And these kids, they just want you to motivate them. They want you to listen to them and speak to them.
I mean, they are children.
That's it.
Anyway.
I'm not doing any ritual or anything. It's to listen to these kids and counsel them. That's it.
So, Mr. Phahlane, would you say ukufundisa abantwana bethu ngoNkulunkulu ku right?
100%.
At the early age?
100%. 100%. I grew up as someone who's into church a lot. I won't mention the church, yeah, but I grew up very much, you know, into Christianity and understanding who's God. And that's why for me, Jesus is the best leader ever, very calm. You won't see him. There's only one time that I think it's recorded in the Bible when he was aggressive. But anyway,
in the temple.
But he's very calm. He's a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. He was a carpenter, if you know that. You know, he's a craftsman. He's an artist. You know, and for me, I would associate myself to such kind of leadership. And whenever the disciples will come with challenges, he would make them aware by telling them stories about whatever challenge that they are facing. So he has his own way. So it's very much important than looking at politics and say, these are our leaders, the way when corruption, would you call that as a leader? But the way a Christianity and as you grow as a leader, you get to understand people much more better.
Yeah, exactly. And I was planning to start the show like that, by the way, Yoguti. Taking note into what Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi said about the drug cartel, the corruption, politicians being linked to these drug cartels. Would you say if there was God, was that going to even happen now? Because certainly not. In the police force, if we had, police that have God in them and Christ in them or spiritually grounded, would we have someone who now takes imali jojo like daylight where we see Nati in the taxi, a window, they are exchanging imali like that if really Christ was in their body, mind and soul?
Yeah, I think it's always to remember wherever there's a day, there's a night. There's always opposite. I remember saying this to kids. To say there are kids that God brought them to me. And there's a kid that the devil brought to me. You understand? How one would define this? There will always be that child who I don't know man kwenzakalani ngaye lo mntwana uyakutesta or uyenzani. You understand what I mean? Hayi lo ngibona ukuthi man yes man bonke abantu man ngilethele uNkulunkulu mara wena man hayi man. But in a way he or she is not aware of that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say with that? Even though our Mkhwanazi what there's Christianity element of it, there will always be an opposite towards that. You know, and uSatan I'm told is threatened. I'm told nasenkonzweni because his target is laba uqedile ngabo. He knows his target, so it's very much important. There is something which is against, and there is something which is always. You know.
And the funny thing is that in universities or TVET colleges, they pray. Those people. And you can see there are no bullying, there's no gangsterism. I've never when one but you change it now. Back kichimisana nje yini ayenzeki lento leyo. So kahle something somewhere is attacking our children at a very young age.
It makes them to lose focus.
Exactly.
It makes them to see less value in Christianity.
Yeah, or life.
Yeah.
Because if you'll end up dead, prison, or a messed up person.
Yeah. That's true.
So funa ukuyenzakaleni mfundisi because of nabantwana laba vele baqala at the early age. It's because of we've lost God in our school because of what?
It's all about let's acknowledge. Let us acknowledge that these things are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let us not shy away or avoid. Oguti, these things are not there. They are there. We see them. You see them. When you acknowledge that something is there, the question comes into mind. What is it must I do about
what
it?
What must happen?
Yeah, one.
Okay.
We need to acknowledge ukuthi it is there. They are going through a lot.
But thina ngasikhathi sikhula mfundisi teacher besithandaza em-assembly.
Yes.
Ibulungi beyikhona nama teenage pregnancy bewakhona but not the way bewakhona manje. No ukufaka lento lezi zabo bekukhona but not like now. Like now out uyabheka it's too much.
Yeah.
More into benginokusho ukuthi like angikhulumi kabi ngicela ngizweni kahle balaleli. Like evale I was shocked the way abantwana abancane ngakhona bafake nenye religion lengeke ngibize ngegama because okuzoba ngathi ngiyayenza kangaka. Hence you don't see them in churches. Why is that?
Angithi yento ngisho ukuthi when you doing assembly in the morning and you praying and in izinto right, you are inviting God into the school. And when you invite God into the school, you blocking these other negative things. But if you don't, it goes with the leadership. If you don't invite God into the school, now there's quite a lot of opportunistic spirits that are going to come
intervene.
As intervene. You understand? Because you're saying, look, God, protect us. You know, our Father, whatever that you're praying. You say, no, we invite you to protect. Allow us to continue teaching and learning must proceed. Yeah. But if you don't do that, then which means something might happen. That is where it's born and people not understanding about
awareness
and then about because they don't do research, they don't go and ask. They're asking the wrong people.
Anathi niya lentuza nini esikolweni niya sathandaza ama-assembly.
Yes.
On a normal day nje assembly yenu, what's happening?
Like they put like gospel songs, you see. So sometimes if maybe there's a holiday and it's maybe on Saturday, they will let us go to the assembly and then they will let us pray and tell us all about the holiday that is going to happen.
Okay, and then abafundisi, do pastors come banishumayeze or it is just prayer?
Last year they only came and then
this year they didn't come.
Yes.
Then it means the road is not that too much. There's something that can be done if there are still schools as good things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that is true, you know, and it's good that there are schools who are keeping up to that, maybe your school needs to start more inviting more pastors. To this
Yeah.
school. Not only masukune nje bese
Not
sicela
myself
kanje.
making.
I know.
Exactly.
Just come and counsel the kids.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So some learners face spirituality attacks, fear or confusion, but they are scared to talk. Are they being supported or dismissed as acting out?
They are being judged. They are being judged for something also that they don't understand in our because the road to spirituality is a long way. It's you need. It took me years and years to understand what wenzakalani, particularly in the lives of kids, who are encountering this. And what I've seen, these kids are being judged, and people fear. Abanye bayabasaba what is happening to them. They will rather run away and look at them strange. So when you look at those kids as if like they're strange, what about them? How do they look at themselves? Remember now, when you are gifted, you don't ask, can I be gifted?
No.
You get what I'm saying? So you are given this thing and you find yourself in a space whereby you don't really know what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Ekaya, they might have taken you in Jima Ushola Payano, which Pokfage is into, they might have taken you to a door. You still don't understand. What is this journey? Why am I different?
It's out of desperation.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
That's true. So these kids, they are in a world that they don't understand. They are being judged. They are in a world that they feel different. They want to have peers. When you're a teenager, you want to be cool. You want to become part of the team. But I love the fact that kids, they understand. You will always have a team that support you and friends that understand the journey that you are going into. Mm-hmm. So now they want to feel normal. Because one thing, when I talk to them, say, hey, look, you need to learn how to control this thing. You've got power to command this thing, because you need to be young. If you allow it to, you won't be able to drive a car.
You won't.
You understand? You won't be able to go to do what other teenagers do.
No, you won't.
You understand? Because imagine you driving a car and then you attack her with whatever, how gone accident happens.
Yeah.
In one school I did this camp. There were a lot of kids. I think about 22 or plus of each spiritual like lava. You would say, hey, we don't want to go. There's a dam and there's a river and we don't want to go there. I said, no, you're a child, you will go. I'll talk to your parents if I need to. I called each and every child's parent. Good years, but no, we don't know. You understand? But
something can happen.
And I must figure, you're going to be a child. And they all went. And I must figure that there was a dam. Ngatozanla, nito ngababiza ngatozanla, siyalapha phambi kwedam. Engasenhlizweni yasho nje mangabe iqiniso la ngifile. And then we are next to the dam there, and then they are standing. I said, what's happening? Nothing. I said, you see, you've got powers, to be a child and sustain yourself, continue kuba umntwana. Learn to control yourselves and these things.
So can I ask, as a child who has spiritual gifts and then you don't have anybody to speak to, you can't speak to your teachers, they dismiss you at home, they don't understand the type of person that you are, like, what are you supposed to do?
There should be a teachers. It is quietly impossible to have all the teachers who does not understand the journey that you're traveling.
Maybe there is a possibility to see there is that one teacher that you want to talk to, but they don't understand you or don't get you the way.
There's a like what you're saying. There's a Christian family. They don't believe what umntwana uphatha umoya. It's one example.
Yes.
They're very, 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 very Christian.
Yeah.
And umntwana uphatha umoya. Now siyambona uphatha umoya. Mzali uthi no thina we are this religion. At the end of the day, when you start doing a history check, man, because these things, you know what, you end up finding this thing has got, but how did they handle it at home? So what I'm going to say to those kids, find that teacher to communicate with parents. Parents, this is where the parents come in. You know better. history umntwana a little bit much more better.
Yeah.
And you need usasemncane. But what I can say also to them is that, look, as a child, you need to learn how to control this. That's what I teach the kids.
Exactly.
How to control it so that it does not affect you. How to control it so that you are able to focus in school. What is that? No rituals, no what. What is that when you start feeling this way? One thing is leave the classroom because of the pressure that you're feeling in. Sometimes these things are pressure. There's too much pressure. Nje bengishilo ukuthi omunye makasuka ekhaya bamshaya ngentelezi, omunye makasuka ekhaya jump to the fire and whatever. So different kids will bring different kinds of spirituality. So when as a spiritual gifted learner, when you start feeling this, leave the class, say, can I go out? And when you go out, don't go to the bathrooms.
Okay.
You understand? Go to a little bit quiet space under a shade, breathe in and out, and quickly 2 minutes to go back to class.
Why am I bathroom?
There's a lot into zenzakala ama bathroom ekolo. Kanti upinki ubuyaphi le gama leka pinky.
Because nami ngikhule mina bengayi toilet esikolweni because of indaba zabo pinky.
Zabo pinky,
yes.
Yes. It is a myth in a way, but it's just that good in the bathroom. Everybody who has something wrong in Zagala,
they go there. Bathroom. Yeah, they go there.
They go to the bathroom. And yeah. And it's not sanitical, like not it's not that much conducive to be in a bathroom.
It's not a safe space.
You need to breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe. Go to the quiet space, breathe. And then.
But some teachers are bullies, yes.
No, it's. I'm not sure about others, but it's. You see, with teachers, there are teachers who understand learners, and there will always be a teacher who's going to stand up on behalf of those kids.
Yeah.
But teacher, sometimes umoya ongiphathi kukhona wena.
Uzokuphatha khona lo.
Ongiphatha uthola ukuthi kukhona lo vele lo onabantu bakhe abathandayo. As non-teachers, you have your favorites.
I think as usho there are teachers also who are doing some sort of spirituality nabo esathini labo in ngendlela yabo. But most as teachers, we are advised or whatever, we do not bring such kind of things.
Yes,
maybe, equaling and all of that, because you're teaching a magnitude of learners.
Maybe we protect her maybe now we protect her and now you have your enemies, and stuff.
But there are.
See.
Maybe next time we'll talk more
surely
deeply about it. I'm aware.
There's
there's something when you talk about. I don't know if I can talk about it now. I'm cult schools.
No, you can talk. You can talk.
There's what we call cult schools.
Yeah.
In my podcast we're going to talk a little bit much more about it. But there's a. How do you define a cult school? Because a cult school for you looks Christian. Christian. You understand? And in cult schools, this is what they do. You will find that lento ekhuluma ngayo imithi, is being used in the school. Angithi thina as ama-adults fanele ngisustain umsebenzi wami and whatever. So I'm putting my cloak there. And then, but mostly it's back to the leaders too. Because in such schools, teachers die, staff die. You are aware with your school in circle. Mostly, the positive thing, it does not, ayifaki abantwana, but it faka staff.
How do me as a parent see ukuthi what are the signs of a cult school?
If you are becoming spiritual, you don't just drop your child at school in harm. Sometimes visit the school during the day. You have a right as a parent
and see what's happening.
Or maybe the spirit of discernment would guide you.
Then you be aware about the surroundings. How many crosses? What kind of a cross is that? What is happening there? What are they doing when this certain teacher is there? What is the behavior? What is going on in the school? What is the dress code? There's another one that I've seen. But I don't even understand. They're not even praying to Jesus or whatever. But they proclaim to pray to Jesus. There's quite a lot you as a parent That's what I would encourage. Don't just drop your kids anywhere.
Just study the environment.
Study before ubhalisa umntwana ukuthi to go to a certain school. Visit the school first.
Yeah.
So how do such schools like convince the kids not to pray to Jesus? Because like let's say Mbwekai Sanders I go like we Christians and then I go to a cult school and then now I divert into like praying to someone else. How do they like convince the kids?
No, you as a child is a child. It's a vacuum. I can feed her anything. She's open-minded.
Guys,
you understand?
Guys, our time is siyaphela.
Yeah,
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also because as funa ukuvalela abantwana ngaphandle nje ngabanye abantu. So we're going to be having some word from a youngster.
Hi fans, my name is Mkhwanazi. And I just wanted to share a little bit of a story here that I have. David was a young shepherd boy, the youngest in the family. While others saw him as small and unimportant, God saw his heart. One day, David heard a giant named called Goliath. He was making fun of God. Everyone was scared. But David trusted God. With just a sling and a stone, he defeated Goliath because he had faith. Later, God made him a king of Israel. He made mistakes, but he always came back to God. Also, he wrote songs to worship God. We call them Pams.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. I love your story. I love your story. Your story indicates that in order for you to worship God, you should not start as an adult. I think it goes back to what I said last time. Thandaza uNkulunkulu walo usasemncane. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So thank you for watching till this far. Unfortunately, this is the end of the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notification so that you're notified every time we post another video. Thank you.